Hello, and welcome one, welcome all. If you're a returning viewer, listener, subscriber, welcome back, welcome back. If you're new to this channel, welcome. Voices in Education is a safe space where we share and learn from each other. We do that in a respectful way to ensure that we're maintaining our safe community, our safe space where everyone feels a sense of belonging, where you all feel valued. All right, that is definitely important. So, on that note, we do not bash anyone, we do not disrespect anyone, we keep it real and respectful, we do not defame anyone. So, welcome, guys, welcome. You have been waiting for, Voices in Education election predictions. All right, and we're going to start out with Trelawny. So, in the context of Trelawny, we have two constituencies. All right, Trelawny Northern and, of course, Southern Trelawny. So, before we get into that, I also want to share that we weren't able to access the official list of candidates that were nominated by the that were nominated to that list from the ECJ, and so we just want to make that clear. So if by any mistake we should make a mistake, then you would understand, but the show must go on given the time frame, and so we decided that we're going to start, and you will be a part of this for sure. Avi, how are you? Welcome, talk to us. Are you excited about this? All right, not hearing from Ovi just yet, but in the chat I can see Soji. So Carlton Lovelace is here in the chat. Big up yourself. And guys, as you enter, please remember to hit the like button, the share button, and comment in the chat. So what will happen is that after each constituency, and I guess after we have shared the updates, before we get into our prediction, in the context of the predicted winner, we are going to open the phone line just to take a quick, one or two quick calls before we move on to the next constituency. So we want you to share in the chat as well as we go. And how this will happen is that, guys, we went and we did our homework. So when we come here and we share, I mean, our predictions can be wrong because it's a prediction, right? But we want to share with some substance. And I also want to share that, Ovi and I, we've been back and forth with some of these predictions, and we've decided that we're not going to come here and say, okay, it's too close to call. Even when they're too close to call, we're going to make a call on, it's a prediction again. All right. So just to let you know that. So for these ones, we're definitely going to make a prediction. But what you will notice will let you know that this one was a tough one. So you can understand. And again, we're here and we are coming to you with one voice. All right, from this side, not many voices. All right, but we want to hear from you, and you, each of you here, you have a voice for sure. So please let us know in the chat. Avi, are you ready to jump in here?
Yeah, I'm here really excited to see how this one will pan out. You know, the elections are close and we want to make this out, we want to get this out there. And guys, remember to hit us up in the chat. Let us know who you're predicting for these seats as well, so we can have that, interaction going. So I'm already set and ready to go.
All right, fantastic. So now we're just going to move to our next slide there. So hopefully that pops up on screen. And let's see if this, all right, there we go. So again, we're going to start with our first constituency, Northern Trelawny or Trelawny Northern. And in the context of this constituency, all right, we have, let me see here, 5 electoral divisions. All right, so we have Falmouth, Duncans, Materbury, Sherwood Content, and Wakefield. So, in the context of our data, we went back all the way to the 2007 election. All right, and so what we're going to show you here is, our results from different election periods. And so, based on the data that we have, the results here, we're going to determine, the likely winner. All right. So, if we take a look at 2007, all right, we had 3 candidates going up there. So Asta Black, independent candidate, Patrick Harris for the PNP, and Dennis Meadows for the JLP. So when we look at the electoral divisions and we look at Duncan's, we recognize that the JLP, they took that division. So you will notice that the figures that are in bold are the winners for the respective divisions. Okay. So Dennis took that one. Then we go over to Falmouth, and I want you to pay keen attention to Falmouth. All right. And you will definitely see why Falmouth is going to become significant in the context of our prediction. All right, so when you look at Falmouth and look at that margin of, and of you can chip in here. So the PNP got Falmouth here 2,715 votes back in 2007 to 854. All right, going there for the JLP. So just to highlight that. All right, so Falmouth is going to be one of those electoral divisions that you should pay keen attention to as we continue to go through the data that is available. Now, next we have Materbury. All right, so when you look here, the PNP, they got 1,715 and the JLP here 1,346. All right, so again, and I must state too, so with the colors, obviously orange for the PNP, green for the JLP, and we use blue, that shade of blue, for an independent candidate or a candidate from a third party. All right, so just to put that into perspective for you. Now, take a look at Sherwood Content. All right, so in the context of, Sherwood Content here, all right, we have the JLP taking this one, 1931 to the PNP 1858, but pretty close, you could say. And then over in Wakefield, all right, we have 2025 and then 2236 for the JLP. Again, this is pretty close, you could say there-ish, a little over 200 votes. But the overall results here, the PNP, they won back in 2007. All right, they got 10,164 votes compared to 8,642 votes. So if we were looking at the electoral divisions, and guys, this is why when you hear some persons saying that a particular area is JLP and a particular area is PNP in a constituency, they are looking at the numbers, all right? So this is what they're looking at. So when we think about for 2007, right, we're looking at the PNP, all right, pretty much taking two divisions, right? So they just took two divisions. The JLP won one, two, three divisions, all right, from the five. But the PNP won the election, all right, hands down, because we're looking at the winner takes all overall vote. So if you look at what would have been significant in the context of the votes here and the electoral divisions, Falmouth is where we are zooming in on. All right, Falmouth for sure. Ovi, I'm coming over to you. If you have anything you would like to share for this one.
Yes, Falmouth is definitely the place to watch. And if you look there, you can see that Falmouth has approximately 2,000 votes more than what the JLP had in that area. And it's almost similar to what the PNP won by 2,000, around about 2,000 votes. So it is really significant that, that area, Falmouth, determines a lot of what happens in the election. Coming back over to you.
All right, fantastic. So just, yeah, definitely. So again, I want you to follow along with us and pay keen attention to Falmouth. So welcome, guys. Welcome to the Voices in Education. And we're going to share with you information. We're not just here to make predictions, but we want to share the information with you again. Our predictions may not necessarily be correct, but we're just predicting with what we have and what we can work with. So if you're here, consider hitting the like button, hit that subscription button, and get on in the chat and let us know that you're here. I'm not sure, but I've not seen any new comments in the chat. So let me just go ahead and refresh my chat here. But so happy to have you guys here with us. So we're going to do this. All right. So this is the start of, one parish. So we have a few more parishes to go for sure. So you want to ensure that you're sticking and staying with us. And the only way you can do that is by hitting that subscription button and turning on your post notification. All right, so let's just move to 2011. All right, so 2011, and again, I want you to pay attention to Falmouth, and you will see why. And, just looking at the numbers in bold again for each electoral division, that's where the winner is coming from. So when we look at 2011, by the way, here we have Patrick Atkinson, all right, for the PNP. And something that I want you to take note of too is that for the PNP in 2007, it was Patrick Harris. All right, 2011 PNP, it's Patrick Atkinson. And I'm not sure if you guys remember Patrick Atkinson. All right, so here we go. So Duncan's, right? The JLP, they won Duncan's. So what we can say here so far by looking at the 2007 and the 2011 election results, Duncan's is likely a place where the Jamaica Labour Party is going to hold on to that division. All right. When we go back to Falmouth, all right, and again, this is where we have the PNP, all right, dominating again. And when we look at Falmouth, look at the win, look at the margin of win, look at the win here 2,569 to 765. So that's a big, big gap there. Over to Martabray. All right, this is significant here again. Patrick Atkinson taking this one, 2,104, and that compared to the JLP's 1,492. So Martabray, they're going to the PNP again. All right, Sherwood content, no. for this election, so went to the PNP. All right, so in that context, you will recognize that from the last election, Sherwood content, they switch up things a little bit. So it was last time in 2007 that was for the JLP. Now in 2011, Sherwood content was won by the PNP. All right, so Sherwood content there. Wakefield, all right, albeit, the minimal number here in the context of the gap, this was taken by the JLP, 2001 83 for this one. All right, so the JLP in this one, they were only able to win, all right, two electoral divisions, so Duncan's and Wakefield. What you will notice too, that these two divisions are predominantly, I guess, strong areas for the JLP, Duncan's and Wakefield. All right, Ovi, do you have anything you'd like to share on the 2011 results? And of course, as you can see there, the PNP, they're the winner back in 2011.
Yeah, I just want to point out that, the numbers are closer for each electoral division. So the JLP is gradually, increasing their dominance, or their support, I should say, not necessarily dominance. Their support has been increased in almost all the electoral divisions. So they are maintaining their strong ones, and the numbers are close to the ones that are, that the PNP has, and that's what I'm seeing happening there. But the distance and the winning, the difference in terms of the win is round about 15, round about probably almost 2,000, I would say, about 2,000 voters. That's the difference. And those are the voters that, the JLP would want to come over in order to take this constituency.
Yeah, and again, if you look at the margin in terms of the win, you could go back to Falmouth because that's where that big gap is, right? So that over 2,000 votes. So Falmouth again is very key in the context of this, prediction that we're going to make. All right, so that was 2011. All right, so again for 2011, the PNP, they got three out of the five electoral divisions. So Falmouth, Martabrae, Sherwood Content. The JLP, they held on to Duncan's and Wakefield. All right, so over now to 2016. This is what 2016 is looking like. And again, for the PNP, you would notice now that we're with Victor Wright. All right, for the PNP. All right, and we still have Dennis Meadows for the JLP. All right, but what you notice with this constituency, so back in 2007, all right, we had, Harris, then we had Atkinson in 2011, and now in 2016 we're seeing Victor Wright. So in the context of the electoral divisions, here we see Duncan's again going to the JLP. So we can safely say that Duncan's is really a strong support system for the Jamaica Labour Party, hands down. So we have gone three election periods so far, and Duncan's so far has always gone to the Jamaica Labour Party. No, look at Falmouth. So while in 2016 we can see, so we have started from 2007. So while in 2016 we see some improvement here in Falmouth for the Jamaica Labour Party, it's still a massive win here, at least 1,500 votes here for the PNP. So Falmouth is again going to the PNP. All right. So again, another strong support system for the PNP, Falmouth here. Now, when we take a look at Matabry, we see here, Matabry has traditionally been so far. We could say that for the PNP, but you see here where the JLP has closed in a little bit here, but it has gone to the PNP again nonetheless. So far, Falmouth and Matabry are key divisions for the PNP. All right, we can say that. Now, when you take a look at Sherwood content, this is a division that you can say swings. We would say that. So in 2007, the JLP they got Sherwood content. In 2011, the PNP got Sherwood content, right? And in 2016, we have the JLP taking Sherwood content. Again, Wakefield is a strong place for the Jamaica Labour Party. So Wakefield, again, going to the Jamaica Labour Party here. Look, this was pretty close, all right? Very close there in 2016. All right, so Victor Wright taking this one. But again, even though again the JLP they won 3 out of the 5 electoral divisions, Victor Wright still took this one, winning just 2 because this Falmouth is a sore point. It's a strong support system for the Jamaica Labour Party. So Falmouth here again has shown up and showed off, just show off, if you want to say that, for the People's National Party. Because if you look at the votes here in terms of the overall count, all right, it's 449 about there is that separates the PNP from the Jamaica Labour Party. But for sure, the JLP was closing in here, but Falmouth remains one of those strong points for the People's National Party. It's like a system, just water in the system there. Ovi, I am coming over to you. I don't know if you'd like to share anything here.
Yes, for sure. As you said, Falmouth is definitely a stronghold for the PNP. And it shows that if PNP is to slacken up in that Falmouth electoral division, then they pretty much will lose the election. It's almost certain if they don't do well in this electoral division, that will happen. And if you notice, guys, if you look at the numbers too in the other division, it's not as big as what the difference in the Falmouth division. Almost 1,500 the difference in the votes. All the others are around about 500 or or less. So that was amazing that the PNP Victor Wright could have won that year with the PNP just winning 2 of the electoral divisions. And if you look at the final score as it was shared by my co-host, it's just a difference of about 400 plus voters. And the JLP might have discovered a strategy to trying to use the other electoral divisions, trying to maximize their voters in those to try to get rid of the difference that is there when it comes on to parliament. So the numbers are getting closer and closer each election. So from 2007 right up to 2016, the numbers are getting closer, and it means that what is happening is that JLP is slowly but surely increasing their in popularity in this constituents overall.
All right, fantastic. So, welcome, guys. If you're just tuning in, so we have gone through 2007, 2011, 2016, and you know what's coming up next? 2020 for sure. So, 2020, we're going to have, after that, we're going to have some conversation before we reveal. our prediction, and then we'll move right to the next constituency, Trelawny Southern. Janai, welcome. KJ, welcome. See you there in the chat. So over to 2020. All right, so 2020 was obviously a different year. All right, and then what we want to do is to look here for the PNP. All right, we had Victor. So Victor was there in 2016 and Victor came back for 2020. No, it was no longer Meadows, it was now Tova for the Jamaica Labour Party. All right, so when we look at the divisions again, we recognize that. All right, let's start with Duncan's. So Duncan's is usually a JLP division. It's like a support system for the JLP. So no surprise there that the JLP won Duncan's. All right. Next, Falmouth. We all know by now, based on what we have shared, that Falmouth is a support system for the PNP. So no surprise there. All right, Matabray. All right, that is usually a support system for the PNP, right? The JLP got Matabray over the PNP. All right, so the JLP got Matabray. All right. Sherwood content, as we shared with you, Sherwood content is that one that swings. All right. Sometimes it goes to PNP, sometimes it goes to the Jamaica Labour Party. So, right now, in the context of Sherwood content, I believe we're locked in at 2-2. So, 2007, Sherwood content was with the PNP. 2011, it was with the PNP. 2016, the JLP, and 2020, the JLP. All right, so Sherwood content there. All right, in that context. When we move over to Wakefield is a division that is a strong support system for the Jamaica Labour Party. So the Jamaica Labour Party, we are not expecting the Jamaica Labour Party to lose that. All right, so Wakefield. So what we see happened in 2020 was that the Jamaica Labour Party, they were able to control one of the PNP's water support system, Matabray, and that was significant. So they got Matabray. And again, Sherwood content is that one that swings. You look at the sore point here, Falmouth. Falmouth remains a sore point. So the JLP got this seat, all right, in 2020, obviously here, and they had to fight, try to get that support system. But there were so much things happening in 2020. But before we get into that part, Ovi, I want to hear from you if you have anything else you'd like to add.
Yes, it's quite significant that JLP won four of the electoral divisions out of five, and that was critical that they got Martha Bray to swing in the 2020 elections. And, they got a lot of voters to turn out for at Wakefield as well. And that gave them a good cushion for, to cover the dominance of the voters that normally turns out for PNP in Falmouth. And I think that's where the election was won.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Welcome, Charmaine. Welcome. Happy to have you here with us. So, for sure, the JLP, they were able to get, four. But, let's just keep going here. So, the JLP, they won 8569 to 6808. All right, so let's keep going. So, this, as you can see on screen here, with the votes and the percentage. So Tova got 55.5% of the votes and Victor got 44.1%. and Miss Dawkins there 0.3% of the votes. Now, before we get to our before we get to our prediction, because that's coming up in a little bit, Davian, welcome, welcome. Happy to have you here. Before we get to that, I am just going to go to this slide here. And in the context of this constituency, Northern, so Trelawny Northern, currently on the voters list, right? Because we're giving you all the information. We have 38,331 registered voters. So these are the people, some tongue twister there, who are eligible to vote at this who can vote in the election on September. All right, on September 3rd. So just to let you know that. So this is the total amount of people in Trelawny Northern who are eligible to vote in the upcoming general elections. All right, so they're able to vote in this election. So I just want you to have that information ready as well. Guys, I see quite a few of us here in the chat. We're over 100 and we don't even have 10 likes. So come on, hit the like button, hit the subscription button. This is not a political platform. We bring you information from both sides. So if you don't really understand how we operate, you can always go back and catch up on, just check out our channel. We bring, track and field, we bring current affairs, so like the elections now. We do football, schoolboy football. So if you're into that, you can definitely stick and stay with us. We also do, the Diamond League. So the next stop is on Friday. So if you're interested in one of those programs, definitely stick and stay with us here at The Voices in Education. Welcome. Let us know where you're tuned in from. That would be fantastic. We can't have over 100 people and we don't even have 10 likes. That don't look good at all. All right, so let's keep that going. So, no, the big question is who will win? So what has happened now for 2020 is that the PNP, they are sending Wicker McNeil to Trelawney Northern to go up against Tova Hamilton of the incumbent Tova Hamilton of the Jamaica Labour Party. Now, all right, in the context of Trelawney, what I would say is that changing a candidate does not necessarily impact their results. So on the PNP side, because again, in 2007, it was Patrick Harris. In 2011, it was Patrick Atkinson. In 2016, it was Victor Wright. And I believe Victor was there in 2020. So two elections there. And now they have Wicker McNeil. All right, so the JLP pretty consistent there with Dennis Meadows from 2007, and now they have Tova who got it in 2020 and going back again here in 2025 based on what we know. Marva, welcome. And Janai is saying South Manchester representing in the chat. Welcome to all the people tuned in from South Manchester. You know Manchester are Ovi, please. Ovi, ask them which part of Manchester for me, no? All right, welcome,
Yeah,
Janai.
we're in Manchester. We're in Manchester, the Grove Town, Cross Keys, Woodlands, Newport. Tell me, man. Tell me. Rods Corner. Tell me. Antoine,
Coco
John, I have to
Walk.
tell you. Oh, yeah, we can't talk about Cocoa Walk, Marley Hill, Bun Shop. Yeah, all of them places there.
All
Big up in
right, we
yourself. Thanks
big
for
up
being here.
yourself. We got you guys covered for sure. All right, so now is the time, guys. We want to hear from you. So we're going to open the WhatsApp line before we reveal the results here. All right, so we definitely want to hear from you. Come on, if you're going to call us, keep it real and respectful. On this platform, we don't disrespect anyone. We don't bash anyone. We don't belittle anyone. We don't defame anyone. So if you're going to call and be disrespecting, and it doesn't matter if the PNP or JLP, we show love to our fellow countrymen and women. All right. So we just some quick calls because we have the next constituency, which is Trelawny Southern, to go and reveal our prediction as well. But before we go to our prediction, we want for Northern Trelawny, we want to hear from you. So just some quick calls. All right, so I dropped the WhatsApp number there in the chat. And let me just pin it there in the chat so you can definitely give us a call. We would love to hear from you because this is also a very interactive platform. All right, so we want to hear from you. Who do you believe will win? So given all the data, the results that we have shown you, who do you believe is going to take this one? And come on, we are not yet at 50 likes with over 100 plus people here. Not even at 20 yet, but thank you to the persons who have hit the like button. Let's keep going. Hit the like button, hit the subscription button, and let us continue to grow stronger together. So now is the time. Give us a call. Even if you just want to say hello from the other side, you can definitely do that and just let us know who you believe is going to win. Even just that. Right, Ovi? So in the context of, and we can talk now, Ovi, about this one. And we're very open. In the context of this one, it was really, we went back and forth, but we decided that we had to come to you with one voice. And on that note, we made a very tough decision. So we'll reveal that in a minute. But I want you to kind of share with us, some factors that you believe will influence this election. For sure, one of the big factors is that Falmouth, electoral division, for sure. That's a big factor. And then in the context of this one, I am not too sure, Ovi, we have talked about, the performance of the JLP overall and other factors that may impact how voters turned out. We talked about, COVID, quite a lot of factors were considered before, coming to a decision. So we want to hear from you. So let's see who is going to give us a call. Ovi, do you think they're going to call us?
Yes, man. Somebody had to check up the phone. I know somebody dialing. But, guys, when we watch the numbers as well, we can see that, the overall voter turnout for the JLP has been increasing. And, that's how they closed the gap on the PNP, over the different elections. And, that's what happened until they eventually won in 2020. So they have if there is anything called momentum going into the next election coming up on September 3rd. But we cannot we have to ensure that we pay mileage to the PNP too. They have always had
All
a
right, so we're
dominant.
getting a call here. So let us just try to take
No
this
problem.
caller. Caller, you are live.
Yeah, man. Good night, Bobby. Bless upon yourself.
Everybody calling one time now. All right, we'll talk to Soji first. And then we'll take the next call. Yes, Soji, talk to us.
Yeah, man. We win. Two about win this seat, man.
Why you think
Because
Tova is going to win this one?
you think people fool. You think at one time when people fool. If we come at need win so good, you run somewhere for five, win about five election, man, please, and you lose and you run there for people, them stand up and defend, stay in your era like we had Zando and try to win back the people and you run there for them come at Chilani.
So that was something that we looked at. But if you look at this Trelawny seat for the PNP, they have always fielded almost like a new candidate.
Yes, but this Chilani see them if the people they fool up there and have no sense, then if they fool and have no sense and that no progress and I look for them in the future, them for know say if you were not here for so much and we come at Neil, him did have was a minister. When the few people them are Green Jail, Sheffield and them place there, that's you would down there for how much term and you can people them not have running water, them not have this down there and not even proper road. These them know very good. Springfield, the whole of them place there. Where if you're a nig but a nigger will find you have some a nigger will never set up good because red ground and them place there, nothing at all. Go through Harring jail and everybody a tank they have up at the yard.
All right. So on that note, you're saying that the people are perhaps going to vote for Tova. Carla, we're going to call you back, Carla. We're going to call you back, Carla. Just give us a minute here. We're going to call you back. We have quite a few calls coming in. So you're saying that Tova, but you're thinking that if it is that, that is if they're looking at the track record, I guess, of Wickham McNeil.
Well, as me say, I hear a gentleman come up the other day and call a guy that's selling the shoe, a Cliffview show. And that guy, how intelligent that guy
Yeah,
is. The people
yeah.
that tell Cliffview must imply that you was a journalist.
Yeah, I know. I heard the interview for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, these people nowadays, and like one time with the people, where old people then just get up and say, because the PMP people, like the one that was my PMP and they are the PMP, they just see themselves as PMP, don't see themselves as Jamaican, And you have some liberal states too. They don't see themselves as Jamaican. Then just look one way, then just see themselves one way. One way.
I get
So
you, but you're calling this one for Tova.
Yeah.
All right. So Tova, and you said based on the fact that one is running away from, certain things, you're thinking that the people in Northern Trelawny should be wise enough to recognize that Wickham McNeil perhaps, should not be given this opportunity there.
No. Maybe the guy said, guy when they run out there, where did run for the Labour Party made us say, for him, I would say maybe when them put up a better show, at least him come from the community. But this man fi run when run, him father run down there. Him come and run and what he done. People must start looking to them thing that what them do for all these years. That's why I said, if some of those leaders, they do as much as where this Prime Minister come and do. The work could be easier, if they continue with the work and perform the work,
I got you. Obi, do you have any question for Soji?
Yeah, man,
No,
right?
just big up yourself, Soji. I know Soji is going to call back, and the other
Oh,
constituents. So
I heard him,
we'll
Soji.
see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I say big up yourself. You know, you have to call
Uh,
back for another seat.
But you see, yeah, all right, don't make somebody else call and me go and watch and see together
Okay.
here. And I like a picture of them and everyone just press the like button, thumbs up button. They will take none of five to just touch it, please.
All right. Thank you so much. Big up yourself, Soji.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
All right. So, yes, guys, let us try and get to the other caller. I know I missed a few calls, so I'm just going to call you back. All right. So, let me just try and call this caller here. Let's see if the caller picks up. Hello, caller. You're live. Voices in Education here.
Yes, I'm giving it to Wickham, man.
Mm-hmm.
Wickham McNeil. Yeah, remember Wickham McNeil is from Westmoreland. It's just true Dennis Meadows make a mistake. I'm calling from Florida and I was in Jamaica couple of weeks ago and I went from Montreal to Wakesfield. The road is pretty bad, man. That constituency is a PNP constituency.
Okay.
Understand me?
Okay.
So you can see, I'm watching everything on TikTok and YouTube. I can see that the PNP people are back out. 2020, the Jamaican people didn't like Peter Phillips. That's why PNP lose so bad. So we have to look at that. You understand me?
Okay.
Yeah, and from division, the people are back out. I was born in Trelawny and the people is back out. So I'm giving it to Wickham McNeil, man. I'm telling you. Dennis Meadows is there. If Dennis Meadows is there, it would be more easier. Remember, it's a party who go for Wickham McNeil because Dennis Meadows make a mistake. You understand me?
Get you.
I'm giving it to, yeah.
All right.
And then you didn't do the 2024 local government election where the PNP won the Duncan division for the first time. You should run the parish council division. What happened in 2024 and see how the election is going.
That's a good
And
point.
you see,
That's a good point,
yeah,
Carla. But we
yeah.
review some things, but because we're looking at the parliamentary elections, we did not put that up on screen, but for sure.
But you can see that the PNP make a good fight in the parish council. So you could add up all three divisions that the PNP win and the two that the Labour right win and see how it goes. I'm a born I'm a born JLP. I vote for the JLP couple times, but I don't like their plans and I don't like what they're doing in Jamaica right now.
Okay.
But yeah, I like the way how Mark Gordon and Damian Crawford is doing because Damian Crawford is a brilliant white Jamaican politician. And I'm planning to come down in the next 2 weeks to vote.
All right.
You know?
All right.
Yes.
Sound good. So where in Trelawny are you from? Bounty Hall, Wakefield, talk to me.
No, I was born in Falmouth. My family in in
Okay.
in Granville in Trelawny, they're all Laborites.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm a PNP.
Okay. So
I,
you
I,
break
I,
you break
I'm
the
a person.
okay.
I'm just in PNP.
All right. Big up yourself.
I didn't change back.
All right. Big up
No?
yourself. You subscribe already?
Yeah, man. I got subscribers.
So subscribe, cause you can't miss it. We're gonna be here each night, so you can't miss no show.
Yeah,
So subscribe.
I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna say in South
We soon go south, so you
that
can call us back.
yeah, but I'm gonna say one point in South. That gentleman, what his name that running against Darumpi, he's giving up a big challenge. I'm telling you.
All right.
For.
All right. When we reach there, you call me back. Big up yourself.
Okay. All right. All right.
Fantastic. All right. So thanks so far to the callers, who are calling in and keeping it real and respectful. Yeah, for sure. So in the chat here, let me see who I'm missing out. Anthony is saying, I'm looking at Wakefield. I believe Wakefield has the numbers. Aquino, welcome. And you're saying Lushane from Southern Trelawny. Hello to you, my friend. One Mama D. All right, we soon get to the south. Soon get to the south. But come on, guys, hit the like button. We have over 150 here, and we're not yet at 50 likes. That no look good. Come on, man. Hit the like button, hit the subscription button, and let us just continue to grow stronger together. Ensure that you have your post notification turned on so that you do not miss any updates from this channel. So Ovi, we hear about parish council elections. We hear about the fact that the roads are not so good there in the constituency, at least some of the roads. We heard about the fact that, Wickham McNeil, is running from Westmoreland into Trelawny. So how come, why at this point? Are there anything else, that is coming to mind right now that you would like to share?
Well, I just want to thank the callers for contributing. I think the local government election point was a really strong one, and something that we'll have to bear in mind as well as it comes down to the election. But the thing is, Tova is there, and for her sake, hopefully she has been working well, and Wicca is coming into a seat that has been dominated for a long time by the PNP. So it's going to be a great contest, I would say.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. So, are we able to get one more call or two more short call? One more short call, all right? We can take another call before we get to revealing, our prediction for this constituency. So, one more quick call. All right, Lucint there in the chat. All right, Tova all the way. Gavor, welcome. All right, Gavor, welcome, welcome. All right, so welcome, welcome, welcome. So one more in the chat or one more quick call. Let's see who is going to call. We keep it real and respectful. So remember, we do that, or if not, you just just share in the chat and we'll read what we can. Welcome one, welcome all. If you're just tuning in. All right, Leighton, welcome is saying Tova. All right, so Ovi, I guess we can talk about, how we came to our prediction. So a lot has been considered, a lot of what you have shared, guys, and this one was really a very tough one. We were split in the context of, the selection, but as I shared earlier, we're coming to you with one voice. So you will see in just a moment our predicted winner for this constituency. Ovi, is there anything you would like to share?
Yeah, as you said, we discussed this one thoroughly. We looked on all the happenings. We looked at the trend of the voting in this constituency. JLP's is on the rise based on what we have, researched in terms of the general elections. And, before, throughout that rise, it was the PNP that took this seat most of the elections. So it's definitely we definitely covered a lot of information, but it's a close. We're predicting that this is going to be a close seat
A
here.
very close one, indeed. And then it came down to what we say would be the determining factor for this election. And we're saying Falmouth is going to be the determining factor for this election, in the context of the winner. So, on that note, are you guys ready? Drum roll, drum roll, drum roll. Are you guys ready? Ovi, are you ready?
Yes, I am. I'm ready.
All right, so here is our predicted winner for Trelawny Northern. Again, as you see the asterisk there, it tells you that this one is a tough one. It can really go anyway, but we had to come here with one voice. We can't come here and tell you that it's going to be a toss up, but we are selecting one person given all that we have looked at and all the factors, we're saying the predicted winner here for Northern Trelawney is going to be Wicker McNeil. Again, with Falmouth being a very decisive factor in the upcoming general election. So let us know your thoughts in the chat and don't come at us. It's just a prediction. All right. And we try our best to be fair and square as best as we can, given all the factors, the many factors that we have to consider. So, welcome if you're just tuning in. All right. So, Leighton, thanks for hitting that subscription button. Big up yourself. Marva, welcome. All right. And Akina is saying, people, please go out and vote. That's definitely important. Go out and vote. Exercise your democratic right. That is definitely important. So we're predicting that Wickham McNeil is going to take this one, all factors considered. All right, so let us just move on to Trelawny Southern. All right, so in the context of Trelawny, you should be seeing that map on screen there. We have four electoral divisions: Warsop, Albertown, Lorimers, and Ulster Spring. All right, and all right, I see Leighton there saying vote JLP, choose Jamaica. All right, so again, share as you want in the chat, guys, and remember to hit the like button, the share button, and of course, the subscription button. So similarly to what we did with Northern Trelawny, we're doing the same for the South. All right, so in the context of, 2007, as you can see there, the PNP, all right, Lorimer's there, 1276. The JLP took that one. All right, Warsop, JLP. All right, Albertown, JLP. Ulster Spring, JLP. All right, but you see, Lorimer's is very, very strong for the JLP. So this is pretty straightforward here in the context, as well as Albertown. You could kind of say that somewhat. Yeah, I don't know, somewhat, a little bit, maybe not so much, but for sure, Lorimers, if I'm calling that correctly, definitely a strong support system for the Jamaica Labour Party. Ovi, do you have anything you'd like to share here on the 2007 results for Trelawny Southern?
Well, as the person mentioned in the chat, Mama D. So it's all GLP for this one. They have done well in all the electoral divisions, and they have, come out on top. The only close, the one that is Ulster Spring, that's the closest one that was there. But even if the PNP were to win that one, they would probably still lose the election. So, I think this is a strong constituency for the JLP based on what happened in the 2007 elections. But
Well,
it's
that's
going to
just
be
one.
kind.
Let's just go
Yeah,
to
so
the
that's what
other
I'm saying.
ones. Yeah, I think
It's
you're
going to be
you're
good to
jumping the
see.
gun here. All right. So let's go to 2011. So in the context of 2011, right? So previously, all right, in the south here of Trelawney, right? The JLP would have gotten all four divisions. So Lorimers, Warsop, all right, Albertown and US, right? Ultra Spring, Ulster Spring. And so in 2011, we noticed that the PNP picked up Ulster Spring. All right, but still that wasn't enough. So Ulster Spring here is becoming one that we need to look out for in the context of these elections. But clear winner there for the Jamaica Labour Party, Marissa there, 626, the 626. Oh my God, I'm not going to say that. I'm having a tongue twister moment here, guys, but you can see the number there, of course. So, Ovi, do you have anything you'd like to add to this one?
Yes, Lormers continue to be a strong electoral division for the JLP, and
For sure.
that is decisive in these elections. Um, the Ulster Spring seem to be the strongest um, division that the PNP has, but there is no way they can use that one to turn this one around. So the trend continues where the JLP, they're being really dominant in this constituency.
All right, for sure. So, let's keep this one going. All right, and let's go to 2016. So, 2016, the Jamaica Labour Party took back all four, all right? So all four for the JLP, all four electoral divisions. And so again, Lorimer's is that strong support system for the Jamaica Labour Party where the electoral divisions are concerned. So for sure, Lorimer's definitely a strong support system there. 2016, over to you, Ovi. I'm not sure if you have anything you'd like to share there.
Well, it's more of the same thing. The only thing I would say is the Ulster Spring seemed to be swinging back and forth, and that's the only trend that I'm seeing apart from the fact that it is being dominated by the Green Party.
All right, fantastic. And then over to 2020, this was a clear signal, like a clear warning here, especially with Ulster Spring. Look at how close Ulster Spring is now to Lorimer's, a big support system. So we can see here where the Jamaica Labour Party has gained some ground there in that electoral division. So again, here you see where Lorimer's continue to be one of those big support system for the Jamaica Labour Party in this constituency. When you look now at Warsop, like the gap has widened there significantly, and you could almost say the same thing there for Albert Town, but Ulster Spring there definitely was strengthened in the last election, in the last general elections for sure. Ovi, do you have anything you'd like to share?
Yes, and you can see the clear daylight between both parties in in the electoral divisions here, and I'm going to guess. I don't know anything about Trelawny Southern, but I am guessing that Mama D is doing a good job in the constituency, or yeah, well, for sure, based on the numbers, I'm thinking that she might be doing a good job down there. But yes, it's a huge win there by over 4,000 votes. That is a statement win there in 2020 for the JLP.
Absolutely, absolutely a big statement there. And by the way, these results are coming from the Electoral Commission of Jamaica. All right, so we did our research, we went through and we, present the data in a more, I guess organized way so that you can see, the information that we have here for sure. So that was a big win there. So if we go back, you recognize that was 7,000. It was six there, pretty much six there, and then six. So very consistent there in the six range. But then 2020, when you would perhaps expect that, the turnout, may not be so much, it's over into the seven. All right, 7,109 compared to 3,025 to the PNP. So we're going to do the same as we did. All right, just looking at the voter turnout there and the percentage. So Marissa got 70% of the votes, and the PNP, Mr. Lloyd Gillens, got 29.8%, and Mr. Richard Sharp got 0.2% of the votes back in 2020. All right, and I see a mistake on my slide there. This is definitely Trelawny Southern. All right, so my apologies there. All right, and then in the context of who can vote, all right, we have over 25,000, so 25,339 people in this constituency who are eligible to vote. All right, so that's the number. So based on the list, all right, that is published there, we have over 25,000, so 25,339 people who are eligible to vote in this upcoming general elections. All right, in Trelawny. So we'll definitely see what happens. And now is the time for us to take a couple of quick phone calls in the context of who will win. But just to let you know that the PNP, they are Paul Patmore is going to be their candidate in the upcoming general elections. And the JLP, they're still rocking with, Marissa Dalrymple Philly Burt. I believe I got that correct this time round. But Marissa, they're still rocking with Marissa for sure. So the WhatsApp number is at the top of the chat there. So give us a quick call. We keep it real and respectful. So let us know, who you believe is going to take this one. All right, we want to hear from you. If you have not yet hit the like button, what are you waiting for? Hit that like button, hit that subscription button, and ensure that you turn on your post notification because we have a lot of parishes to predict in the context of the winners for the upcoming general election. So Trelawny is definitely where we are starting for this evening, and then we're going to continue. But as you can see, the work that we put in is quite significant. So we're coming to you with some information for sure. So hit the like button, hit the subscription button, and let us just continue to grow stronger together. Looking in the chat here, Leighton, I see you keeping the chat going. All right, and Janoi, I'm not sure what that today's referring to. And lately saying it's, Marissa all the way. And Jana is saying Tova converted Northern Trelawny, so Tova is not losing. All right, thanks for sharing there. And PNP for the win. Where is this Leighton? Not or I'm not too sure. Gavor, welcome. Valerie, welcome. And Janoi, remember PNP popular votes has been declining since 2016, while JLP votes has been increasing steadily. We'll have to check on that for sure. That's a factor there. We can look at that for sure. Thanks for sharing in the chat. And let me see, Aquino. Stay with the people, work for the people, and the people will work for you. That's a fantastic point. And Carlton Soji is saying, like up the show, everyone, please. Yes, guys, come on, hit the like button, hit the subscription button. Now is the time to call. Who will win? Trelawny Southern. I'm not hearing anybody calling. Just call, man, and say hi. Quick call, in and out, in and out. All right, and for the PNP to win, vote for a better Jamaica. All right, Valerie, we're not going to read the other part though. All right, and let's see, we're getting a caller here. Hello, caller, you have to turn on your YouTube feed. All right, sorry we couldn't take that one. Caller, you have to ensure that once you're calling us, your YouTube feed is off or muted, or else we're going to get a feedback. All right, so let's see. Hello, caller, you're live.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm hearing you, Soji. Talk to us.
Yeah, so yeah, man, Mama D, the man you can't beat Mama D, man. You see the man I tell people say.
Hey, Soji, make sure you're not talk. Make sure you're not talk when you're not supposed to talk. So just keep it straight, all right?
Yeah, keep it straight, man. But me I say, and what me I say, me not say nothing out of the way. Me just I say, the man say, in my bring what you call it, in bring go.
Hey. Leave that alone. All right, go on. Pass that one day.
But you have to call a speed a speed.
Pass that one, yeah, man. Pass that one day. Go on to the next point.
Okay, all right. So, mm,
So easy,
Yeah, man.
I don't know who you think, but I don't mean to do it, you know.
Me
I don't
know,
to
me
say
know,
that.
man. Me know, man. Me understand, man.
Mama,
Let me tell you all this thing.
Mama, Mama,
Go on, go
I
on.
think Mama do it on the way.
Yeah, man. Okay, I get you on that one. I get you on that one.
Yeah, I think Mama do it on the way. Like people them love Mama D, you know. Remember, she retire and come them cry for her to come out of retirement, you know. So them love her down there. So that's how it go. I don't know what hobby say about it.
Ovi, well, I guess we're going to reveal in a little bit. We're going to reveal in a
Okay.
little bit for sure. For
All
sure.
right, now somebody
Yes,
uh,
so she look like she have a good command of the constituents. So, and she has been there for quite a few elections. So obviously she's doing something right down there. So that's what I would say about it.
yeah, for real. And we drive through there the last time, down, go through Spalding, and them, remember, on the road, them going down Albert Town and them place there, they have good road. So, as country people just want road and water, you know. So, that's how it goes still, because the farming area, so that's why the people them live with up there farming, a lot of yams.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
All
So,
right.
so I'm not going to say anything out of the way, so let me come up.
Yes.
That's it.
You're not gonna make nobody write me no letter. All
Yeah,
right.
you guys have a good night.
All right. Thanks, Soji. Pick up yourself. All right, guys. So come on, come on, come on. All right, so come on, guys, come on. Who is going to call? We can take another quick call. Call us and let us know, man. Even if you don't support one side and you say, we hope this, let us know what's happening there, who you believe is going to win, quick and fast. Let me just check in the
So
chat here.
and just
Go
before
ahead,
you check the
Tommy.
chat, let us see our support. Tell us what you think about this program. Show us based on the amount of likes that we're seeing. We're thinking that that
You
gives
don't
us an
want to see no more,
evaluation.
no?
Yeah, we want you to turn out and like and subscribe to this channel as well as you go out and support your politicians as well because persons not voting help to swing the elections. May remember that. Just remember, if you don't go and vote, you might just you end up getting the member of parliament that you don't want. So try and go out, exercise your right, and select your MP. And while you're doing that, please, I'm asking you guys, close the chat for a moment, hit the thumbs up button, and hit the subscription button, and make sure that you turn your post notification on so you can continue doing the predictions with us.
For sure, for sure. So like it if you like it, guys. Like it if you like it. All right. And let us just continue to grow stronger together. All right. So again, welcome one, welcome all. So happy to have you guys here with us. If you're just tuning in, you would have missed our prediction for Northern Trelawny. All right. So again, but we're here, in the south at this point. So we're about to reveal our prediction. But before we do that, lately saying PNP to win. Okay, for PNP to win, they would have to come out big. Valerie saying Patmore, and it's going to be a PNP landslide. So Valerie saying that new lick, welcome, DJ Patmore up. All right, so thanks for sharing there in the chat. So come on, guys, if you want more predictions, you have to hit the like button, hit the subscription button, or if you can support the goal in the chat, why not? But ensure that you are liking and subscribing because that is definitely important. So, based on all the factors considered, and there were quite a lot of factors, but we're happy to report that this one wasn't as difficult or challenging as the first decision in the context. And again, we're coming to you as one voice, so we're not splitting because we're looking at the data, we're looking at the factors, we're, you know, getting the information of what is on the ground. And we're not coming here to tell you about any toss up. We're just going to call it for somebody. Wrong or right, we stand by it. And again, these are just predictions. This does not, in by any means or way, will determine the election. So we're just building this space where we can get your interactions, you know, your feedback, and several ways to participate. On that note, too, if you have not yet voted in the Voices in Education community poll in the context of who will win the general elections overall, please ensure that you go to the community post section and cast your vote there. All right, so let's now go to the predicted winner. So, with all factors considered, we're predicting the JLP to win this one again. So Marissa, we're predicting will win this constituency. All right, so that's a win for the JLP. So right now, based on our predictions, Trelawny is 1-1. All right, so let me just see. I'm not seeing any new comments there in the chat yet, but overall, I guess we can take, you know, one or two more phone calls before we wrap this one up. And guys, we'll be here tomorrow evening. I believe we're going Westmoreland and perhaps Anova, I believe. So you want to ensure that you're sticking and staying with us because we're going to be here. And Diana is saying, Pat more. All right. So thanks for sharing there in the chat, Diana. Again, you know, welcome if you're just tuning in tomorrow. And you know, out west is going to be tough, and we're doing all of that. So for us to come to you, we have to have these back and forth conversations, and we're coming to you with one voice. All right. So we're not here for you to determine, oh, one is PNP, one is JLP. We're just Jamaica. We're just voices in education, and we share and we want you to share. So we predict. You tell us your prediction. We are not stopping your prediction. Tell us in the chat. We're going to say, okay, just like how Diana just shared. You know, we're predicting Diana is saying Patmore, and that is fine. This is what we love about this platform. It doesn't matter if you're PNP, JLP, or no P. We're all Jamaicans, right? And so we want to keep this space a safe one where you can share your views in a safe and respectful way, for sure. So, yes, so now is the time, you know, we can take perhaps, you know, one or two short calls overall because we're going to wrap this one up. All right, for this evening, and we will be back. So we're going to be in the west. Westmoreland for sure comes up. All right. Tomorrow. So you want to ensure that you're sticking and staying with us. All right, that is definitely important. And guys, we're putting in a lot of work. We're not just coming here to give you predictions without, you know, looking at, you know, the facts. And we're trying, you know, we are all subjective beings, but we're trying our best to take out the emotions and our feelings and try our best to give you, you know, our predictions as best as we can with what we have. So if you'd like to call, you can give us a quick call. We'll be here tomorrow evening. Do not leave without hitting the like button. We are not yet at 50 likes, and we have like, we went close to like what, 300 or 2. So come on, guys, you know, it's free. And even if the person you're expecting to win, and that is why we become that third party, right? So we are not dealing with the emotions and we're just looking at what, and we're making our calls and our decisions. So, you know, we really appreciate you being here with us. You know, we really appreciate it. And Viveta, welcome, is saying Mama D. And now I know that you all call Marissa Mama D. All right, so I am I am learning. All right. Gavor is saying Jamaica Labour Party will win 52 seats. All right. So we'll see how that square out for us too in the context of our tally. So we're going to give you one big prediction at the end in the context of the constituencies. So far, if you're counting with us, we're at like 1-1. All right. So we'll see as the evenings continue. But for sure, we have to finish this before the election is called, before the not called, before the election day. All right. So, Avi, do you have anything else you'd like to share before we wrap this one up?
Yeah, I just want a bit of feedback from the persons who are here. Do you like what we're doing? Do you like this election predictions? And guys, we're gonna ask you to just let me know the answer to that in the chat. And guys, make sure you like, subscribe, and turn your post notification on so we can continue to go through the other seats. We are really happy to have you here, and your presence make a great difference. So continue to stick and stay with us, and walk good and take care until we connect again. Back over to you.
All right, fantastic. So you heard there, guys. Ovi wants to know your views on the election predictions. If it is
I'm not
something that,
hearing my co-host. But
are you
yes,
hearing
that's
me?
what we're having here. I'm coming into the chat. I'm looking at the chat to see
Ovi,
what you're saying. Diana is saying PNP is going to take 38 seats. All right, we're definitely looking into your predictions there, Diana. Marva says she love it. I love it. Thank you for the feedback, Marva. We really appreciate you. We appreciate all of the
Ovi,
persons who
you're the
have
one who is
joined
not
us today
hearing
and
me,
commented,
Ovi.
called, and so on. You guys have kept this space, nice and safe, and that's how we want it. We're just having some meaningful discussion as it relates to, the Jamaican politics, and we're making sure that we're coming from a place that it is we're coming from a place where we have the information. All right, so I'm going back over to my co-host.
All right, fantastic, fantastic there, guys. So again, thank you so much. So apparently Ovi was not hearing me, but I was hearing Ovi, and I checked in the chat, and you guys, you were hearing me. So my apologies for that. Again, technical difficulties may happen from time to time, and we have experienced so much. All right, so I am looking okay. Marva is saying, I love it. All right, thank you so much, Marva. And Diana there saying the PMP will take, 38 seats. All right, fantastic. So just to give a shout out to our top fans, number one here we have Carlton Soji. All right, big up yourself. In the number two spot, it looks to be Marva. All right, so big up yourself, Marva. In the number three spot, Janoy. And in the number four spot, we have Aquino. Number five, Gavor. All right, so we ask that you come back, be with us. Do not leave without hitting that like button, that share button, and of course, that subscription button. Blessings and love, everyone. Keep the peace. It doesn't matter if you're orange or green. At the end of the day, we're still Jamaicans. At the end of the day, after the elections are held and the results are in, we're going to have a prime minister. Whoever that is, we're still Jamaicans, all right? So we want to ensure that we're showing love. And I've seen some beautiful, campaign moments that I've shared, with, PNP and JLP embracing each other. And that is so beautiful. And big up yourself, you guys, you have matured so much. The electorate has matured so much that you understand that we share different views. And it's the same thing that we promote on this channel. We share different views, but that is totally okay. We can still be in a space where we can share our views, agree to disagree in a respectful way, because we're not always going to agree on the same thing, and that is totally okay. So, on that note, let us continue to campaign, maintain the peace, the love, Blessings and love, and remember that with Christ in the vessel, you can definitely smile at the storm. So now we're going to sign out with some music. See you guys in the next live or in the next video. We're going to try to get these predictions out as well in small videos, so you can also look out for those. Leave your comments, support the channel, like, subscribe, share, tell a friend to tell another friend, and let us double the amount that was here this evening on the live. All right. Blessings and love, and I'll see you guys in the next one. All right. So over to some music to sign us out.